welcome to Spider-Verse Minute, the tri-weekly podcast where we watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 minute at a time. I'm Sean Slater.
And I'm his sister Caroline.
And today we're watching minute 69, which opens with Miles turning invisible and ending a minute later with Miles running down an alley.
So I can't do my title with the full emphasis that I wrote it, because it'd just be too loud. But please note my title is in all caps with 3 exclamation points. And it is titled Plot Twist!
Yeah, the twist in this, even though I had read some of the Miles comic stuff, I had forgotten that in the comics Aaron was originally Prowler. And so this one actually surprised me in the theater, which was nice.
I knew nothing of Aaron and Prowler connection. So when I saw it, I'm like, what? No! I think I audibly gasped when we saw it.
Yeah, I love how he uses a voice changer in his mask. And he sounds a lot like Kylo Ren.
It does! It does sound like a lot like Kylo Ren.
It's very, very similar to the way Kylo Ren sounds.
And I also realized, this is the first time we hear Prowler speak.
Yeah.
In the movie, so hearing the voice distortion is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, okay.
It is a great little, trying to throw you off and then just be like, well, nope.
Nah. Then the mask gets removed. And I kind of had to laugh a little bit at this moment. It works so effectively, but I love the music sting.
Yeah.
They use it as they use the Prowler theme as the music sting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a little cheesy, but it works so well because they were just playing the Prowler theme that it just feels like it's still the Prowler theme and they just turned up the volume.
Yeah, it's a great just oomph to it. And I do like it makes sense that at this point he's left his mask on as he's looking through his whole apartment. And so at this point, he feels safe enough to go ahead and take it off.
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Yeah. And then once he sees, Miles run into the bush, he's like, oh, no. I done goofed.
He's like, crap.
Should have used the X-ray.
Dang it!
Yeah, or the thermal vision, I guess, not the X-ray.
Thermal vision, yeah.
But, do you think he does that every time he walks into his apartment? He just, Prowler prowls around his apartment for a couple seconds before feeling okay to take it off, and it just so happened that Miles was in his path at first.
I don't know.
I think it's funny just picturing him doing that.
If he's hunting someone, yes.
Yeah.
If he's, actively on someone, yes. One thing I do need to talk about real quick is, so we get the dramatic sting at the mask reveal. Then we get an even more dramatic sting when we go back to Miles, who's still invisible, by the way. And
well,
I'm like, okay,
this is when we realize he's invisible.
No, we realize it a little before. Because it's right before he takes the mask off and he gets really close to Miles' face.
And he sniffs Miles. It's just, I was just waiting for him to go
perfect description of that, though.
That's what it looks like he's about to do, is just take a whiff of Miles.
It does look like that's hilarious. Anyway. But what I love is that even though Miles is invisible, they're very clever to keep the pattern behind Miles's eye clear, so we still get a very good vision of them. Yeah. And you can see the sheer shock and fear in his face. Even though he has a mask on and all we have is the eyes. You're like, oh. He's experiencing the same things we are. It's like, oh. So that's what that is. Then Miles runs out of the apartment.
Yes. And
hitting the plant on the way out.
Yes.
So close.
And I like how as they're moving down the fire escape, I like how they're both just sliding down the stairs.
Yeah.
Instead of, and like Miles, you can
like uncle, like nephew.
Yeah, and you can feel the weight difference between the two of them. Like Miles is very light and is like scrambling around a little bit, but then whenever like Uncle Aaron lands, it's just this like thud and it's solid. Yeah, and it's so nice in his
boots
cape.
Are weighted?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, they're like 2-inch heels. Like they have the repulsors in them.
True, but like, do you think they're a little more weighted even without them? I feel maybe. Like he does it for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Like just like with the purple vision.
It's also nice of his cape not to get caught in the stairs. Because like I love how his cape's just like twice as wide as the stairway, and then just like zoop, goes right through the stairs without any issues. Like
he got a very silky fabric, I guess.
Yeah.
Just slides right through like butter. I love how they like keep with the Prowler music during the fire escape too.
Yeah.
Like it's still the very dramatic music, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
And like it kind of bothers me just a little bit that they're both running down the stairs and not like maybe crawling down the outside of it or even just jumping straight to the ground. And like right as I always think that, it's when Miles gets to the like tries to jump, falls, but then like Prowler's just like, okay, it's time to jump as well, and then just jumps down onto the bin.
It's like, oh, that's why Miles doesn't jump. That's right, he's still not that good.
Yeah. And I love how Prowler just like lands and doesn't do the super handle. Like he just bends his knees a little bit and stands up and is just like, yep, okay, just did that. Gotta walk off. And there's the guy chilling by his car in the background that just like when Miles lands, he kind of like looks over, and so like it's just really funny of him like thinking of him just like standing there waiting for somebody, and then like that happens, he's like, I'm gonna look the other way, pretend I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those New York moments, like, you know what, I'm not gonna acknowledge that.
Yeah.
It's like that's not my business. That's not my business. Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's fantastic. That's such a great detail.
Yeah.
I love how like, so Miles like you were saying, like, why don't they jump? And Miles tries to get on the wall to like scramble up, but he falls, and like when he jumps down again, he just smacks the wall and then lands in the trash. It's like, oh, that's right, that's why. He's still not good at this. Then the chase begins, and I love it's a flawless transition from the Prowler dramatic music to this chase music. That is a little more like record scratchy, I guess is the way to call it.
Yeah, it's this is I think the third time we've heard this. This is the third time we've heard this music. It's the first time was in the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And then we heard it once more after that. Oh, in the forest.
That's it.
And then we've heard it again here. And yeah, like I said before, I really like this chase music.
It's
it's fun.
It's a great motif.
It mixes with the Prowler's music really well as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a flawless transition from that dramatic to, okay, we're chasing now. Like, that's what we're going to focus on.
Yeah. And the last thing I have to say about this scene is just like Prowler's boots and the way they have them glow, and like when he jumps off of the one wall, that like there's like an explosion of light kind of thing, and the trails that they have following his boots is just really, really cool.
It's honestly, Prowler's design in this movie is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love the details they put on him, and it's like, it's a very simple costume, like when you look at it.
Yeah.
But it's like when he moves, that's when it really like gets the full effect, and you realize all the little details they did.
It's such a like pointy design.
I love how you call it pointy.
It is. There's a lot of angles to it.
No, it is very true because it's so accurate. It just sounds funny. It's like, it's a very pointy design.
He's also got like spikes on his somewhere.
Listen, he has a motif and he sticks with it, and it's purple and spiky.
But spikes are pointy. You know, you might poke yourself. You gotta be careful around him.
I'm not saying it's a bad description. I just think it's a funny way to describe a design.
Yeah.
It's like, I love it though. I love it. It's like, yeah, pointy design. That's actually extremely accurate. That's great. I'm just gonna call like any studded design. I'm like, it's a very pointy design.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for this minute?
No, that's all I had.
Yeah, that's all I have as well. Not much, but also a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. You can catch us next week when we begin another sequence of minutes. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Twitter at SpiderverseMin, M-I-N, or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Spiderverse Minute, or shoot us an email at podcast@spiderverseminute.com. Thanks for listening.
Bye.